Welcome back to Supremely Black Podcast. This is your host, D Rose. We'll jump right into it, man. Shannon Sharpe is set to leave Fox Sports 1 and Undisputed, the TV show that he does with Skip Bayless. For the people that don't watch sports, this may be pretty much out of touch with you, but for the people that do watch sports, you have seen Shannon Sharpe went from being a football player, analyst. I think him and Skip have been doing the show since 2017, 2018, somewhere around the lines of that, once Skip Bayless had left from doing the show with Stephen A. Smith, right? Been back and forth. I think their relationship had hit kind of a rocky road this past football season when Damar Hamlin had went out. Damar Hamlin was the brother that had the heart attack, pretty much died on the football field, but was brought back to life. Skip had made a post that a lot of people felt that was insensitive because he realized how important the moment was for Damar, every fan that was watching, his family, things of that nature. But then he also, in perfect fashion, had stated from a business perspective and with the playoff game weighing so much, how could the league make a decision, which most people would just think, hey, pray for DeMar, pray for the Bills, pray for the Bengals, whoever else that was impacted by the game, right? Some people took offense, some others didn't. You know, it is what it is. Shannon Sharpe was one of the people that took offense, just like a lot of other Americans, right? So he didn't come into work the following Monday. He came on, he had a monologue that he was speaking about. Skip proceeded to interrupt it and went on through it, and it really just, you could tell on air that was not anything scripted, but it was kind of like a power struggle, right? Shannon Sharpe, which is also taking Club Shay Shay, which is his podcast that he has, that he brings on guests and he interviews and they have a genuine conversation, has his cognac, Lee Portier, all of that is visible. And he takes a couple drinks with people, just have a real genuine conversation. To me, I think that's more of a natural flow. He's built his audience. People look at him. He has about 3 million followers on Instagram. It does pretty well on YouTube. I think him and Steve Harvey had an interview that did over 1 million views on YouTube, which is not easy to do. But to kind of speak to the situation, I think this actually is better for Shannon Sharpe, honestly, is because him and Skip are completely two different people, right? Skip is a highly critical person of a lot of talented individuals. Since he never played at a high level, a lot of people don't necessarily respect his critique, especially if you're extremely sensitive now, right? Shannon Sharpe can speak about football. He's a Hall of Famer. He's won Super Bowls. All of that makes sense. But when you think about the show, right, I think Shannon is going to be winning because he has more of a following. Skip Bayless, been doing it for a long time, older white guy, not to make it about race, but he's not really connected to the culture. I think the most culturally thing that he does is talk sports, and he's cool with Lil Wayne. How odd that friendship is, it is what it is. That's just life. You feel me? But yeah, man, I think it's a good business move for Shannon Sharpe. He was able to get the buyout. I want to see exactly what other areas that he's able to get into and create another backing, because how I always look at it is when you are a brother of color that has created your way, you open doors for other people. Stephen A. Smith did it. Shannon Sharpe has did it. I think, when Kenny Smith, Charles Barkley, Shaq, them stop doing what they're doing, other people will be able to follow. So you're just breaking down those barriers and those doors to be able to have, us up there representing us, right? So a lot of people think that the Undisputed show is no longer going to be any good because, again, Skip Bayless has maybe 600,000 followers on Instagram. He doesn't follow anybody on Twitter. He has his own show. I don't know how well that really does. He's 72, 73. He's up there in age. So, like I said, he's kind of disconnected outside of Lil Wayne. But I think Shannon Sharpe is going to blow with that. So I'm ready to see what it is. But for my sports people, sports heads, let me know your thoughts. Do you think that this was the right move for Shannon Sharpe? Is this just he's striking right now while the iron is hot? Do you think that he's going to need to be on a sports show? What do you think his next move is? Because that hasn't been disclosed. They reached out. Nobody had really provided any information. Nobody has spoke about it. He's supposed to be done at the conclusion of the NBA season. So, of course, he's going to talk about basketball. But what does that look like for, one, Fox Sports and the Undisputed show? But also for the future references, what does Club Shay Shay, Shannon Sharpe's podcast, where does that go moving forward? Let me know your comments below. As always, long live CC. I'm out.